Hi, Ophiuchus. If you want to come on in, see your ink blot made in your name and essence. This is our color ink blot that is complementing your contrastual ink blot made earlier in May. Sorry, if you want to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms for shapes or symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. Opies, as always, thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. We'll add on Tarot and Oracle, and the spirit box is also ready to go. Let's dig in. I'm going to close the eyes. You're welcome to join me to release the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. Let's go. And thank you so much for helping my haunted heart, for all those who like, share, subscribe, and comment. Always feel well to comment what you see, sense, and feel below versus just my yammerings and ramblings. Opie is one of my favorite signs. My favorite. Seeing a cyclops. The cyclops has a butterfly imprinted around the pupil. And I'm seeing this like from this cycloptic eye. I don't know if it's like an ectoplasma or external energy. And then it blows down like this. Like I'm seeing it like, okay. I don't know if you're powering something. Will it come through? Might come through better on this side. And there's like that cycloptic energy. And then as I wander down, it feels like it's powering something. I'm on a road. And it's like, see these guys here? I'm going to have to flip it. Hold on. And it's like they're on like one of those train things, you know, and they're like, you know, like they do that thing and they're like back and forth. And maybe in the olden days or something like that. Maybe they still exist. I don't know. I've been working on the railroad all the live long day. Okay. It's bringing me back. I don't actually remember, but I'm going to trust some sort of inspiration about it. There might be something about children or like an underground railroad or something along that lines. Yeah, I don't know. Because I can't quite remember intellectually, but it's asking me to remember something I don't think I actually remember. And then I'm seeing like, shh. It's as though I'm back up in that ectoplasma spirit space. You might be cleansing something. It's like your energy is cleansing. It's not about erasing history, because I think in some way, shape, or form, the cycloptic energy of the Opies. Okay, infants. Yes, thank you. The cycloptic eye. Okay, symbolically speaking, of course, the Underground Railroad that was there to help before. I'm seeing it now in the present time that this underground symbolic system of the same sort is being used to funnel with this train traffic, possibly again with children or infants or something like that. And the Opies have this awareness. It's one. It's not past. It's present. It's all now. And you can see how something can be so helpful and so hurtful at the same time. But the Opie energy is open, and there's something about like it's healing it. So it's about drawing the past energy that was helpful for escaping. I'm not sure how. Or removing, or do you know what I'm saying? And bringing, it's almost as if you're working with spirits from back in the day that understand that maybe a piece of them pursued that path and they're helping what may be in the present underground. Shh. Opies know it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to know. It's uncomfortable to sense. It's uncomfortable, but it's almost as if your awareness when it remains in a state of calm, there may be an initial human reaction. There may be, a feeling involved, and those are all legit. But somewhere in the Opie energy of this ability to, see, sense, feel, and then what's my role? That's the question. What's my role? Take a moment, and I send this clearing energy. I send this faith, this bravery, this. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully it does to someone somewhere. Maybe you can apply it to. I find when I'm in the Opie aura, it's always very expansive in like planetary worldwide stuff. But maybe it's because you have the wisdom to bring things home and apply it. If you're trying to get something moving in regards to your career or your relationship, this, that, or the other, feel the feels. What's my role? What is the reality I wish to create? Like that would be my, macro to micro.
Children.
There is something about children. Maybe you want children. Maybe you're not sure how you're going to go about it. Maybe the physical vessel can't, create, so you're going to adopt, or you're going to have a surrogate, something along that lines, and you don't want to tell anyone anything because you're not sure. You have lots of characters here. I'm also seeing like a hamburger or something like that. And also like a press. Okay, I'm also seeing somebody hanging upside down. I don't think this is you, Opies. I don't think this is you. And when I say like hanging upside down, where are they? Right there. And like these are the hands hanging down. Kind of like has like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vibe. There's definitely some sort of like insect vibe happening. On hungry eyes. It brings me back into that kids stuff. Oh, okay. So these little, I'm seeing them as bats, and they're not little in regard to any sort of size comparison. Okay, what is that with them? Is that a goose? A mother goose, or just a goose? I'm not sure.
Disgusting.
You're working on something. Yeah, by drawing things out that is just dirty. Just dirty. But it's like you're led through something with this mother goose, or maybe it's a spirit animal you understand. Maybe you're cleaning out a junk drawer. Maybe you're going through all your old shoes. Like it could be very tangible. Again, I'm for whatever reason with Opie energy, I always want to go way, way out because I think that's how big your network is. And I know every sign, blah, blah, blah. But for some reason, it's very obvious with Opie energy when I'm in it. Because there's healing. It's like whether it's your own junk drawer or cleaning out the bottom of your purse or going through your briefcase or your office desk to energetic work on the whole planet. It's like digging out what's disgusting, as uncomfortable as it may be for some people. There's some sort of transformation in that perception. Like if you choose for it to be bigger, wider, this, that, or the other, because I am. Sorry. I'm not sure if I mentioned before that I saw it as like a butterfly.
What year is it?
We are in 2023. So there's also like plumbing and pipework happening. Did that come up before? I'm not sure. Plumbing and pipework. I'm also seeing a tooth. Maybe control. Control and change. But I'm not sure if it's yours or it's something you're perceiving to shift some sort of controlling. Oh, what is that? Sorry.
There is.
Okay. It's as though, is that like I don't know what they are. I'm going to say maybe they are guards. That's what it feels like. And I'm in the land of pipework plumbing. I don't feel like it's emotional though. I think it's plumbing, like it's infrastructure. And there's guards. And you're again, I don't know if it's awareness, wishes, wants, or desires. So it's almost like when I saw like the blowing of the smoke down to power something to get moving of the whole thing. It's like that's one part. It seems more obvious to others, especially if you're working in the psychic realm or remote viewing, this, that, or the other. And other people also have psychic protection, or whoever these parties, groups are. Whether it's your work, this, that, or the other. While that's happening, it's like it's the whole as above, so below thing. And the below is bringing me into this plumbing where there's, okay, it's like Ocean's 11, 12, 13, Ocean's 11, like that movie. Like, well, something's happening over here, other work's being done over here. And the OPs are like, you got through the guards. And then you can put something in the plumbing, but it doesn't feel emotional. Maybe that's because you're not driven by that. You're very grounded in this what work that you do, but it's to help some sort of emotional. Like it could even be like therapy or something like that. Because I'm seeing something like scratch underneath the chin. But I do see it like a shark. Opies. Excuse me. Man, there's a lot going on here all at once. It's like a one-man band. Again, it kind of brings me into that whole Ocean's 11, 12, 13. There's so many parts of you, archetypes, this, that, or the other. But I'm not overwhelmed. It's like you're scratching the underbelly or under chin of the shark while you're doing this work, because that distracts the shark so that you can do this. That's distracting with the wind blowing down and Opies. 4 of Wands. When I see this card, it's like I just thought like, yeah, that's how we do. A secret service. That comes up a lot, I feel like, in your sign. Secret service. Okay, I'm going to flip it. It's even like the coloring is the same. Opies, if any of you feel stuck, or maybe that's the energy that you try and help. Oh, because when I was seeing the plumbing work of blowing things in, I wanted to say, and I don't remember if I did, the word Drano. Does that make sense? It's as though I'm hearing people talk through tunnels. Burr, 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 burr. And then I can see a sewer grate, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style. And then like with the Drano or some sort of washing of the words, and it exposes it, and that sewer grate comes popping off, and then they're suddenly heard clearly like, help, help, or I'm here, I'm here. Does that make sense? Wheel of Fortune. There's that sewer grate feel. Tiger's Eye of protection. Like Tiger's Eye, the crystal, the gemstone. Yeah. Yeah. And then I see a smile. But it's like this. Because it's like, I don't know what to do now. Or this is awkward. Oh, what's that show that just popped into my mind? It's like a bunch of women that, it might have been a Netflix show, I can't remember. They were underground and Kim or something like that. It is a Netflix show. It's the redheaded girl from The Office that's in it. Like the receptionist girl. Something about Kim, or I don't know if her name is Kimberly. Anyway, so they're in like a bunker underground, but the like main guy really lives in like the other side of the bunker, and they're all doing
Idiotic.
these things that are really like making his bunker have electricity. This that, but like, yeah, if I remember the name, I'll comment below, or maybe you do. I don't know. That's what this feels like. And then they come out of this bunker, this great, thinking that the world had ended, but it didn't. Yeah, and it's like I see them come out like caterpillars because I'm seeing little rocking horses. Okay, I'm also seeing. Okay, how do I say that? I might need some help with putting wordage together. Okay, so I'm seeing somebody hands up, like coming out, hands up, and then there's that awkward smile again. Hi, like we didn't know, or we did know.
Turn it off.
We're here for the Opie energy. Seeing the rocking horse, which brings me into the infant thing that was before. Okay, moving on for the Opie energy. What's down there? Yeah, like there's something deep down. It's like your higher self is connected to or your intuition, call it what you will, is connected deeply to, okay, I'm seeing Snakes and Ladders, the game. And say that's the game of life, at least in the way I'm feeling it. Say that, Snakes and Ladders, it's the game. But I'm being drawn to all the squares, like the whole picture, how it's broken into different boxes, this, etc. And your awareness sees that the whole picture broken up into different squares. And it's almost like, okay, I don't necessarily know that these other players in whatever playground this is in whatever point of perception, I don't know if it's you or them or both or not at all, actually, because I'm not sure what I'm seeing. So the big picture, broken up into little squares, these pieces are moving, and they, sometimes go up a ladder, down a snake, this, that, or the other, and somebody's moving squares. So it's like you get halfway up or halfway down a snake, and then all the squares move, and now I'm seeing like one of those pictures, or maybe it's a game.
Haunted.
I'm not sure what it is. Okay, it's reminding me of Survivor, and they have to do all sometimes those puzzle pieces where they just slide it, like you can't take anything out. That's what this feels like. One of those Survivor games, I can't take any pieces out, but you can only move and you only have so much space to work with. Opies, my goodness. Doctors of the dimension. Listen.
Bloody.
This is what's coming through. Listen. You do listen. It's like I can hear different layers of the game being played. And when things shift, I can sense it. I can sense it. What is that up there? Opies. Again, this feels very far out for me, but hopefully, if you're like, I don't feel like my energy does that, I don't know, to bring it home in your own world, in your own game of life, but I do see it as Snakes and Ladders somehow. The overall energy feels like you are a helper. interesting, but I very clearly heard as I said that your energy, your essence is of helping,
You
but
don't
that means
understand.
sometimes you have to go to like the hellish places for that. Like you go right where it's the most gross. But that's where some of the biggest gifts are inspired. And this takes a certain kind of personality. This takes a certain kind of I don't even know what the word is. It's a certain kind of something. Maybe it's just infused in your sign. And you apply it to your life and to life in general. Yeah, I'm seeing like that old game Telephone, but I'm seeing it like in crescent moons. I don't know if you sense that you communicate at nighttime. Maybe that's where you might have certain dreams about these things. I'm also hearing like pay attention to what shows you watch, because they might have clues for your subconscious to validate any kind of inklings that you may have. Yeah, it's like a telephone game with the moon. The moon, even if it's not necessarily just intuition, but also if there's any sort of trickery about it, and if there's a disconnect, if somebody's like trying to cut off, again, there's this whole, it makes me feel like I'm making a call, or I'm tuning in, I'm listening to something, and whatever other power may be has psychic protection in place and cuts that off. Yeah, power's right here on the bottom, and they release it. Or you do, if they try and tune into you. So you might also consider, you know how like,
Consciousness.
Okay. Like when they said, like, get your VPN for your IP address so they don't know where you are, this, that, or the other. It makes me feel like that. VPN, but it definitely in this, of course, it could also be in the very tangible space, and that maybe you're like a hacker or something. I don't know. I'm going to land, if that resonates with you and you are a hacker, or in regards to technology, or in the third eye space, they're very similar in this context, at least anyway. Some sort of VPN, or putting up your own barriers. Because I'm seeing like a video game up here. Like, I don't know if it'll come through. Yep, there it is right here. Like, I don't know if it's like Frogger or... But I'm seeing like a buffalo over there. But I'm also seeing it like messages. Lots of communication. I have here creation. It's, if I'm not going to lie, it's kind of bringing me into that whole cyber. Okay, cyber consciousness. So maybe instead of technology or technology and third eye, it's like cyber and consciousness. And the cyber world also has a consciousness, or a collective energy that creates the egregor of a consciousness that's you're tuned into. Okay, we are closing out here for Opie Energies. Thank you so much for those who have liked, shared, subscribed. Please feel
Come over here
to comment below if you see, sense, or feel anything. If you resonated, darkness, long night of the moon. There's that moon thing, the crescent moon of conversations. There's like that video game of taking steps on a particular path. Maybe it is in the subconscious cyber world. What is that? Like the dark web? Is that a thing? I don't know. Maybe you're a police officer. It's interesting because it's like maybe you're like a hacker to a cyber officer to a psychic spy. This is like all the realms the Opies are in, and to walking the beat, the sewer systems. Whoa, it's just a lot. I'm seeing somebody give a kiss. Not in a creepy way, just a kiss. Like, thank you. Self-love. Perhaps this is a part of yourself or somebody else externalizing, projecting to you, kindness, thanks, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And you infuse that as love, because whatever work that you're doing, cyber consciousness, all of them, this, that, or again, there's some sort of dimension thing, some sort of beginning that you may offer for those weaker than you, that you may help or support. An opportunity, tunnels, to come out of that tunnel. Does that make sense? I don't know. Gateways and highways and tunnels and trains and video games, Opies. It is wild. But I want to acknowledge, as I'm getting ready to close out here, the utmost respect. The utmost respect. Last inspirations for Opies. Anything here for the Opie Collective as we're getting ready to close out? Crystals. We did talk about that tiger's eye. Unicorn. You might be working with you might look like a unicorn to some people, especially if you're like saving people physically, spiritually, soulfully, psychopomp style, cyberly. I don't know. You're like a unicorn, like you come in and you're like, oh my goodness. And you're not looking to be a savior, but this is about tuning in, listening to the communications through the tunnels, through the trains, through the dark web, through consciousness, through the moon. Also, crystals may help in your protection. All right, Opies. I'm gonna let you go. I am completely grateful, you fantastic unicorn, you. And I just want to note, sorry if I just like rubbed up against that. There it is. Okay, so here's like the unicorn I was talking about, and see how there's like little beings or something like that. Anyway, that's what I feel like you're doing. And whatever landscape this is in, regardless, they're all very liminal, and you're listening. And you're qualified to do that. It's like you're training, like a doctor goes to school for like a million gajillion years, whether it's spiritually, this, that, or the other. You're qualified. Your sign's qualified. So, but some might have, specifics. Some might be surgeons, whatever the case may be. Hackers, police, I don't know. Amazing. Thank you so much for being my muse, and I will see you next time closer to June, if not in June. All right.